Hello, beloved friends. It is day 25 of the Advent 10-minute portrait sketch challenge. The 25th door of the Advent's calendar is being opened now, and however you are spending this day, I wish you love and peace, liberation, and time spent creatively pursuing beauty and compassion. And it's so nice to have you here watching this video, which would have been a live stream, but I pre-recorded this one and I'm very excited because we are working from this incredible image, which was the whole kind of guiding light of this concept of this series of 10-minute portrait sketches. I've been using it for all of the thumbnails in my live streams, and I've worked from this image in the past. It's of Human the Dan on Instagram from the Museum by Sketchy community. And back in 2020, I made, let me have a look, I made this piece, and this is in natural inks, and this is one of the first ever online classes I taught, was making this, and I still like it a lot, and I thought it would be really interesting to come back and take a much briefer approach, and on this day to be thinking about the return of the light in the darkness, and this flame is this symbol of the light that can be shared to give warmth and illumination out of the depths of the darkness. So let's get into it. Thank you for being here. And if you would like to, if you've enjoyed this series of portraits that we've been doing together, you can hit the thumbs up button. You could buy me a coffee or join my Patreon where I share monthly tutorials. You could even join my mentorship. I'm going to be guiding a select few. As of mid-January, we're going to be having group sessions and one-on-one sessions where I'm going to be taking a group of aspiring artists, maybe already professional, maybe just starting out, and going through the process of vision and seeing and learning and growing together. It's going to be really cool. So you can check that out at the link in the description, my new mentorship program. But there are already so many ways to be present, support the creation of these videos. Thumbs up on these videos are always good. Comments, put comments in the live chat. You can behave just like it's a live stream if you're here for the release of this video. And we'll just get into it. 10 minutes drawing. I'm going to use probably my favorite pen and see how I go with 10 minutes with Dan. I just love this picture so much. So, oh yeah, there's my ink. How are we going? Maybe get a bit closer so we can see that. This light, there's such a strong sense of illumination here. I love it so much. And the moment I saw this reference that Dan shared, I just loved it. It's so cool. I've sketched Dan a few times, and he's a wonderful creative person. We've had some exchange on Instagram and the Museum by Sketchy app, and I know that Dan makes music amongst other things, and oh, this is my bent pen. I have two of these pens and one of them got bent, and I just saw sometimes the ink doesn't flow too well on this one, but I do love these pens. I love the really distinctive mark making which is possible, the variation between the thin and thick lines, and so I thought it'd be really interesting to approach this reference with a different drawing tool this time. But it's not letting me do those lines, so I've got to get my other pen. So I like to go on the side of the nib to get the really fine lines. So hopefully it's going to work with this one. And here we can take this whole shadow shape on the nose and just, it's almost like it's an S. It's a calligraphic S, that nose shape. So yeah, this 10-minute portrait challenge has been so much fun. This is the third time I've done like one of these daily, almost month-long 10-minute portrait sketch challenges, and I always love seeing who turns up, who plays along, or the work that people do. If you're sharing your work, I'd love you to tag me, and you can tag Dan as well. I'm sure he'd be happy to see what you're working on. Wish him well and send him love on this day and all days. May we all experience and live love. I think that would be a nice thing for the coming life, the time that we have here. Okay, here's an important little dark shape, just that. Boop. And then this. I really like the hand shape here. Hands can be, notoriously challenging. But once we've got the silhouette, and we can basically just trace around looking for the silhouette, it's mostly really dark. So we just kind of draw the outlines, look at the negative shapes, and then boom, there he is. There, we've got a hand. That's it. That's enough. That'll do for the hand. I'm going to wet some of this ink to get some of the midtones. I think that'll work pretty well. And that hand, I could make that. I think I'm going to make it really black. Bit of highlight between the fingers there, but keep the highlights and go really dark with the rest. Because I really like that there's this real simplicity to this form of the hand and the arm. It's so strong in the foreground, and just the darkness of that shape is a really powerful part of this portrait. We have a Discord server, and this is the last day of this series, the 25th of December. But I will be sharing daily references from now on my Discord server. And the initial idea was to provide my mentorees, people participating in my mentorship, just something to draw every day, even if it's just 5 minutes every day. Just that brief practice cumulatively is so much drawing time, and is going to lead to experimentation and learning in such a wonderful way. And to take, just because I see so many wonderful images, and for a long time I've wondered, what am I going to do with all of these, that I can start sharing them as daily inspiration. I think it's going to be really cool. So I see images every day that I would love to draw. But when I look back through my screenshots, I also have collected so many over the years. So maybe it'll be a mix of finding new images and revisiting my screenshots to see what we can work from. But I'm really looking forward to that experience of sharing curated references, because there's so much cool stuff out there. And perhaps for some of you it will be just a fun way to just choose an image, and perhaps there will be themes sometimes, and perhaps sometimes it would just be like, this is cool and I wanted to draw it. But I feel like it's something that can evolve and grow, and it's been so great having so many of you join Discord this month, that I really feel like there's a great potential there, that it can be a place to share and connect, share our work, share resources with each other, and that it has, who knows what will become of it. I think it's really cool. So thank you for being there, and please join if you're curious and would like to join in on these daily references that I'll be sharing. And people will be sharing the results there, or here I'm just using water. I can get some of this ink and use it for my non-black ink shapes. Yeah, it's gonna be really cool seeing what people make. I'm looking forward to that as part of 2025. All right, so part of the strength of the illumination in this image is just that the fire here is so intense, and so really want everything else to pale in comparison to that flame. So, and there's can have some subtlety in the portrait, but the flame is the main light source. It's just outshining everything. So this is it's really interesting to revisit a reference that I have enjoyed so much in the past, in a different context, in a different experience. A different me is working on this than the me of 2020. Different practice, experience, different understanding of life. So it's really interesting. Just eliminating the white and surrounding here is going to make that flame brighter. And bringing some, it's like there's this area of light here, and then it's transitioning to darkness down here. So just bringing some of that down. Now I'd like it to dry. Not much time left, but this feels pretty good with the self-prescribed time restriction. And I wonder how you're all doing with this reference. This was one I wanted to work on in Sunday's workshop, but we didn't get around to it. And so I thought it'd be pretty fitting to end this this challenge on the 25th, for this to be the rebirth of the light. Although the solstice has happened, hasn't it? But during the solstice, the sun then stands still for 3 days, and after 3 days, the sun is born again, and then the days start to expand and lengthen. And so let this be the light, the incentive to bring and share light through the year with the world, to apply our creative energy and focus from this flame and beyond. It's going to be great. Thank you all for being here. That's our 10 minutes. And that has been our Advents calendar of portrait sketches. And I hope that some of you may join me in the mentorship. Come over to Discord. Just join along with the daily sketching if you like. It's going to be lots of fun. And you're all wonderful. I really appreciate you being here and drawing along with me. It's really nice to create together in this time and in all times. Just knowing that we are together, we are focused, and we are creating. We are staring at these faces, trying to figure out how to bring them to paper. And there's something special about that process, and it's really been an honor to be able to share that with you. So thank you for being here. Like and subscribe. Buy me a coffee, join my mentorship, or just come and keep sketching with me, because that's a really fun thing to do. What's this little bit of light over here? You think you're done, and you just keep seeing things. All right. Thank you, everyone, and especially Dan. Thank you, Dan, for this great reference. It's been a pleasure sketching you again.